Here we have your typical dryer outlet. It's under a porch. It is running at the moment. There's clothes in it. I don't know if you can see up in there very well, but there is lint all over. And we're going to start the compressor and start videoing cleaning this out with this Cyclone cleaning tool. And right now here's our little pancake compressor. It's not very big. And it's probably about a 15-20 foot run into that dryer on our compressor. So we're going to start him up right now and let him get charged up. And then we'll start again, start recording in a minute. Okay, our compressor is up to pressure. These are the maximum pressures that this thing will run. And we're going to just make sure it's all the way up. Yep, and this is as far as this will go. We're going to run this little compressor, and I probably have to do it a couple of times. But I'm also using this mesh cloth bag. So I want to catch what's in there and see how much is up there. And I'm using a tripod to hold the camera still so that we can see how much comes out. I'm going to stretch this mesh bag over here, and of course here's our Cyclone here. We're going to push that in and then fire the valve here to blow air through it, and we're going to see how much comes out of this guy. This is a home where a single retired person lives, and a pretty sedate lifestyle, but this was also owned by a family that had a couple of children previously, but it's been over 6-7 years since this has been done. So let's see what comes out of this thing. I'm going to mount this to the tripod and start recording after that. Okay, I'm hoping my battery life holds out, so we're going to take and push this Cyclone in. Yeah, we're getting some stuff even coming out just by pushing it in. We're knocking stuff loose. Okay. We're in about 15. Oh, we're getting farther in. We got 20 feet total that we can go in. Wow, that stuff's really coming out of there. So we're going to hit it with air here in a second. There we go. I'm supposed to do this with no heat, but there is something in the dryer at the moment. Okay, I had to go in there 3 or 4 times because it's a pretty small volume compressor, but it did the job. We didn't get much more than 40-50 pounds pressure at the time through the hose, but it would have been better for higher pressure. Here's what we got out of this thing. We were in approximately 19 feet because the hose was 20 foot long. We only had about a foot laying back out of the hose, out of the outlet. So prepare to get yourself sprayed with all kinds of dust when you do this. But that's pretty impressive for a single person. Of course, it has been a couple of years, probably 7-8 years since this was done, if it was done ever. But again, that's fuel. There's a big old glob of it right there. I tried to catch it in that net, but it didn't work. So I just had to let it fall on the ground. So that's what we got. This great big mess here came flying out of there. There's a whole bunch of it. So that's fuel. And you want to get rid of that fire hazard. So this is case study number 1. We're going to do a few more. But this little guy did alright for 20 feet. But unfortunately, the bigger the compressor, more volume, faster the job would go.